Hello, welcome. My name is Shelby, and this is going to be a quick hip opening flow. We are going to externally rotate, internally rotate, adduct, abduct, move the hips around, and leave you feeling very nice and sweet. So let's start off in a Sukhasana, easy seated position, crossing at the ankles. A gentle hip opener right off the bat. Take some time to make any adjustments that you need to feel comfortable. Find a place to rest your hands. And then you might close down your eyes or perhaps just soften the eye gaze. And just notice your hips here. See if you can ground down into the tailbone and simultaneously lengthen up through the spine. See if you can soften the outer hips and knees towards the earth. Soften the shoulders. And take a deep inhale. Reach your arms out and up to the sky. Option to open the eyes. Exhale, Anjali Mudra, prayer hands at the heart. This time, inhale, reach your arms out and up to the sky. Hook your thumbs together. Use the hook of your thumbs to sit up taller. Lengthen through the side body. Inhale. Exhale, we'll pull forward and fold over cross legs. You can release the hook of your thumbs, and you might crawl yourself in deeper, or you might be up here. So wherever you are, soften in. Let the head relax. And continue to think of drawing your tailbone down towards the earth. Last few breaths here. And slowly rise. Bring your hands behind you. Point your fingertips back. Option to take an inhale and puff the chest. Option to add lifting the hips and pressing them forwards. Full breath cycle here. And then have a seat back down. Switch the cross of your ankles, other ankle in front or on top, depending on how you're seated. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Hook your thumbs together. Sit up a little taller. Exhale, pull forward. Release the hook of your thumbs. Find your depth in this gentle hip opener. A few more breaths here. And slowly rise. Once more, hands behind you, fingertips point back. Inhale, puff your chest. Option to lift your hips and press them forward. One more full breath cycle. And gently have a seat back down. Good. Come onto hands and knees. Tabletop. And just take some breaths here to move freely on your own. So you might rock side to side. You might take some cat-cows. Or perhaps hip circles. Whatever feels good here. About 5 breaths, just free movement. Waking up the body. Good, and then eventually I'm gonna meet in child's pose. Big toes will touch, hips to heels, melt the heart, melt the forehead. Take an inhale, feel the belly press up against the thighs. Exhale, feel the body soften towards the earth. Once more, inhale, feel the rib cage spread. Exhale, feel the body soften. Inhale, roll up almost like a cat pose. Curl the toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in down dog, pedaling it out. Maybe bending and straightening one knee at a time, drawing one heel at a time to the mat. And eventually finding stillness when you're ready. Full breath in and full breath out. Inhale, reach the right leg up high. Bend your knee, open your hip. And you might take some hip circles here if that feels good. We'll pause in a bent knee, open hip, down dog. Right heel towards left glute, right knee towards the sky. Inhale, lift your left heel off the earth. Exhale, carve right knee around to the right tricep. Shift forward. Lizard lunge. Right foot outside of the right hand. Lower the left knee. Untuck the left toes. We'll sink into the hips here. Option to stay on the hands. Option to lower to your forearms. Whatever feels good. And come back to the hands if you're not already there. Shift back just slightly and take your left toes a little bit over to the right. Gomukhasana, right knee behind your left knee. And we'll sit back in between the heels, adjusting if you need to. Having your heels closer to your hips makes it easier. Having your shins more parallel makes it a little bit more intense. Good. Take a few breaths here, sitting upright. And then we'll add on, reaching the right arm up, bend your right elbow. Option to bring left hand to your right elbow for a tricep stretch. Option to take Gomukhasana in the arms, hooking the left fingertips with the right fingertips behind the heart. Full breath in. Exhale, fold in. One breath here. And stay folded. Release your arms if they're bound. And fold for 1 or 2 more breaths. Slowly rise. I'm going to come out the way we came in, leaning forward. Plant your hands at the front of your mat. Unravel the right knee from behind the left. Come up to lizard lunge. Right foot outside right hand. Lift your back left knee. And we'll find Malasana, yogi squat. Left foot outside of the left hand. Sink the hips towards the heels. Toes turn out. Hands gather at the heart. Lift the heart into the thumbs. Pull the shoulder blades down the back. Press the triceps into the inner thighs. Press the thighs into the inner triceps. So both simultaneously into each other. Really nice. One more inhale. Exhale, wide-legged fold. Straighten the legs. Turn the heels out a little bit and fold between the thighs. When you get there, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And stay for a few breaths. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down dog. You can step back or hop back. If you hop, land with bent knees and then readjust. Beautiful. When you're ready, inhale, left leg high. Bend your knee, open your hip, and maybe you create hip circles here if that feels good. We'll pause in a bent knee, open hip, down dog. Left heel towards the right glute, left knee towards the sky. Inhale, lift your right heel off the mat. Exhale, carve left knee around to left tricep, shift forward. Lizard lunge, left foot outside the hand, lower the right knee, untuck the right toes. sink into the hips here. You can be on your hands or on your forearms, whatever works for you today. Breathing here. And then let's come to the hands if you're not already there. Shift back just a little bit. Right toe slightly to the left. Gomukhasana, left knee behind the right. And we'll sit our hips back between our heels. Adjust as needed. Right knee stacks over the left. Heels more forward for depth. Heels closer to hips for more or for less intensity. We'll sit up tall for a breath or two. And then inhale, left arm reaches up, bend your left elbow. Option to take right hand to left elbow, tricep stretch. Option for Gomukhasana arms, right fingers hook to the left. This side is a lot harder for me, so no worries if you're feeling one side a little easier than the other. Inhale, exhale, fold. I can barely fold with the arm bind on this side. One full breath like this. Great work, you guys. And then stay folded. Release the arm bind. If you're like me, you might fold much deeper now. 1 to 2 more breaths. And slowly rise. We're going to come out the way we came in. Lean forward, hands plant top of mat. Left foot outside left hand, lizard lunge. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee. Coming into Malasana, yogi squat. Right foot outside right hand, descend the hips. Gather the hands at the heart. Press triceps into thighs, press thighs into triceps. Lift the heart into the thumbs, relax the collarbones. Full cycle of breath. One more inhale. Exhale, wide-legged fold. Release through straightened legs. Heels pivot out. Fold between the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Stay for a few breaths. Option to interlace the hands behind your back for a shoulder opener. Gently release if you have the hands bound. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant palms, down dog, step back or hop back. If you hop, land with bent knees, then adjust. Full cycle of breath here in down dog. Good. Inhale, reach the right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward, and then figure 4, down dog. Turn the right knee out to the right, cross the right ankle over the left thigh, shift the hips up and back. I also like to walk my hands back a little bit here. That just feels better for me. And when I soften my left knee, I get to go a little deeper into my right hip. One more breath here. If you took the hands back, you might walk them a print forward again. Keep the figure 4 leg, shift forward, side plank on the left hand, tilt onto the outer edge of the left foot, reach the right hand high, figure 4 side plank. Inhale, hug the right knee up towards the right armpit. Exhale, wild thing, step the right foot behind you. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the heart. Exhale, plant the right hand, pigeon pose. Bring the right shin to the front of the mat. Slide the left leg back. And take your time here finding your depth. If you want to add a little more shoulders, you might thread the left arm under the right arm and rest on the left side of the face. If you still want more shoulders, you might wrap the right arm behind your back. Maybe you can grab the right foot. Notice how when you take deeper breaths, you can increase the sensation. And if you have your arm wrapped around, gently release it. We're all going to start to lift ourselves back up. Really nice. Coming back to down dog. Feel free to wiggle out that right leg however you need. And full cycle of breath here. Inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, tiger curl, knee to nose, shift forward, and then figure four down dog. Turn the left knee out to the left, cross the left ankle over the right thigh, shift the hips up and back. Option to shorten the down dog by one handprint, option to soften the right knee to go deeper. Full breath cycle here. If you walked your hands back a print, step them forward again. And keep the figure four, shift forward, side plank on the right, outer edge of the right foot, lift your left hand, press into the right hand. So good, you guys. Inhale, lift left knee towards left shoulder. Exhale, step the left foot behind you, wild thing. Inhale, get expansive. Exhale, unwind, pigeon pose, left hand to the mat, left shin forwards. Relax the right leg back. Take your time finding your depth. If you're wanting the shoulder option, maybe right arm threads under left as you rest right side of the face down. Maybe left arm wraps behind your back, possibly grabbing right foot. Relax your facial muscles. Slow, deep breaths. And if you added the bind, gently release the arms. We'll all start to press ourselves up. Finding your way to downward facing dog. Feel free to wiggle that left hip around however you need. Nice. And from your down dog, take an inhale. Exhale, release your knees to the mat. Swing the feet around, sit down, legs come in front of you. We're going to come onto our backs into reclined butterfly. So soles of the feet touch, knees open wide. And two options, really, actually many options, whatever feels good to you, but I'll give two. Maybe you take one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Or maybe you mirror the arms with the legs, taking them overhead. Or maybe there's another arm variation that you'd like. Relax your jaw towards your heart. Relax your eyebrows towards your temples. And let your breath wash over you. This is where I will leave you today. Feel free to linger for as long as time allows. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.